Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
From the 27, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lance a give now to Sermon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. And now it's second down. This defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On second and 10, Lance. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Lance now to throw. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Following the interception, Kaiser. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again on second and 10. Kaiser. They set up the screen for Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Kaiser. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game?
And it's a Titans touchdown. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. At their own 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. So a special teams mistake on a long punt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, terrific return, everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
A give to Henry. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Henry again on 2nd down. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Well, this defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Forced out to his, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
2nd down and 4. Now a handoff. Sermon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And they'll go for it. Lance. That's into the hands of Dwelly. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away. So
after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Lance again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. There to knock that one away was the safety, Amani Hooker.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Gold is able to put it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body, the mind. You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Play action now. Kaiser. He'll let this go for the end zone. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down. To throw, Kaiser. Henry's got it out on the left side. That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he's going to ballet school. Got the toes down.
Touchdown! Julio Jones. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point afters have been good. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Kaiser to throw it. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, when you got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw here. Kaiser. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Lance now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Here's 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. James has got it. Complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Lance looks to throw again. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And running with power here. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Sermon. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Kaiser. And Walker has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Kaiser now. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To throw is Kaiser. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it. Now Kaiser on 4th down. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half, Kaiser. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. After the penalty, it's Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd and 12, Kaiser. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The Lance going to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's taken in at the 9. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Kaiser on 3rd and 2. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play fake. Kaiser. He's got a man. It's Berkser, the tight end. And he will have a Titans 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Kaiser. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
1st down and much more for Henry. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. 49er offense set to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Lance to throw it. Taking a shot for Samuel. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
First down and much more here for Jones. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches. A really close eye now, because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the busy night for Henry continues. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense, because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. From the 27, Kaiser. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Well, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that might be Titan football. It is. You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Tucker McCann for the Titans field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. He finds his man, complete. That's James. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for 28 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Working from the gun, Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled it by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And still fighting. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Running left, it's Henry. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. To throw, Kaiser. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. And Lance now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will go out of bounds, and my goodness, he didn't even get that thing to the 30. On 1st down, it's Henry. 146 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Titans are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. And oh, can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Pass complete, Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Lance now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Now Lance again. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. To throw, it's Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One final try now for Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter.
you